Halloween's almost here. I love Halloween and all of the jump scares that you can do in creative mode. We've been able to do some really fun stuff in the past, but in the last year, we've got a ton of new devices that's gonna make it so we can make our maps so much scarier. So today, I'm gonna take you through how to do some new tricks to really make your maps frightening. Let's go. All right, guys, for our first jump scare, I'm gonna make a little bit of a creepy forest. This would work in any situation. It could be indoors or whatever, but forest works. So I've just thrown a little terrain down. We're gonna throw in some trees. All right, we got some trees. Let's throw down some long grass, weeds, or I don't even know what you want to call this. As part of the scare, guys, is making sure you have the right ambiance. It's setting the character up for, you know, I don't know, the jump. All right, I'm also gonna grab the new VFX spawner, and we're gonna have some area fog in here. That's also gonna help us set the mood. Okay, last thing I wanna do is get the right lighting. Let's make it pretty dark out there. Get a moon. Okay, there we go. We've got some good lighting. We got some fog and stuff. Now let's have the jump scare. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up my trigger here. When the player hits this, it's gonna trigger our jump scare. So this is triggering on channel 1. Then you for sure gotta turn off the like sounds and video effects, visibility, all of that. So now I'm gonna get my wildlife spawner, and then I'm gonna turn on my drops here so I can see exactly where this wildlife is gonna drop. I'm gonna place this up in the air right here. I'm gonna make sure there's only one wolf and that the spawn timer is at 1 second. I'm also gonna make sure this is not enabled at the game start and that this enables when receiving from channel 1. All right, that's all I need to do. And then what I'm gonna do is copy this device, and I'm gonna place it around my trigger here. Make sure your drops are off when you're doing this so that they don't drop down. And I'm gonna have them all basically the same height. Okay, here we go. I'm taking a walk through the woods, no problem. Oh, what's that noise? Ah, look, they jumped right in front of me. Now, the only problem with these wolves is that they have to howl when they start, but this way you can get that like drop right when they come down. And it might actually work even better if you're like indoors in a place you're not expecting wolves. I mean, you could even change this to like a raptor that's a little bit more obvious. It just might not fit the ambiance of your map. Let's see what this is like with raptors. Oh, what's that noise? Ah! Oh, that would scare me so bad if I wasn't expecting it. I just want to try one more thing, guys. I want to see what this is like if I drop like 20 all right next to each other. A whole pack of wolves dropping on someone all at once. Oh, what a lovely evening in the forest. Let's go through here. Wait, what's that noise? Okay, that's awesome, guys. You definitely got to do it with 20 animals instead of just one. So now this same principle could work without them dropping. You could have them appear just right in front of them. You could even like connect a sound to it so that there's like a jump scare. But you guys get the principle. I love that we have animals now to scare people with. Okay, now I want to talk just a little bit more about the VFX spawner. This could be your best friend with jump scares. One, because of the lightning effects, which are cool. So this is lightning effect 3, right? It has this nice little explosion there. But what's really cool about the VFX device is the sound effects in them. There are a ton of sound effects in the VFX device that you don't have anywhere else. So let's just turn the lightning strike one on. Right? So now we've got this loud noise whenever it's striking, but you don't have to use the lightning strike. Like, let's do the beam here. See, there's this beam like noise, just really creepy. If that's just all of a sudden like sounding off next to you, that could like be a jump scare. There's a bunch of explosion noises. Explosion 2 is particularly good. See, that's nice and loud. There's just a bunch of different sounds that could be good for jump scaring people. So use this to your advantage. Okay, next I want to talk about the new improvements we have to lighting and how it's gonna really help add some spook to your maps. What I'm gonna do right here is I'm just gonna throw down this new prefab. We have this like creepy house, and I'm gonna add some lighting effects to it. We got this like creepy basement down here. Once they cross this point, I want the lights to turn off and for it to get like really creepy that way. So the first thing I'm gonna do is get a trigger, make sure it's covering this entire doorway, and have it transmit on a channel I haven't used. Then in my basement, I'm gonna grab the new Sky Dome device. Now, if you don't want the effect to affect the entire map, you can change it to where it's within a volume. That's what I've done here. You can see it's on the whole map, and then within the box, it's just within the box. If you want to control that volume area, just go and make sure you turn the use volume on, and then you can change the width and the depth and the height as much as you need to. Okay, this looks like I'm covering the whole area. Now we just got to get the lighting to look the way we want it. I want it really dark, so I'm gonna change my light source color from white to black, and already right there, that is basically what I want. I mean, you have the creepy lights on down here. That kind of works. The only other thing I think I want to change on this is the fog density. So let's play around with this for a minute. Let's just make this like, I don't know, 70%. Boom. Okay, so you can see it kind of changed the effects of the area a little bit. Actually do 100%, see what that looks like. Whoa, that makes this look so creepy in here. That might be a little too thick. Maybe 90 would work. Yeah, that works because it just makes it feel feel really weird in here. Okay, oh man, that is so creepy. Okay, so now that we've got our lighting set up the way we want it, I'm gonna make sure I enable this when receiving from channel 3. And then also make sure it's turned off during all phases. So right now it's gonna go back to normal. When I hit this trigger, it's gonna turn on. Now for this case, I'm not gonna have it turn off because I just wanna show you what it's like turning it on. But if I were making my own map, I'd probably have another trigger up here somewhere that when they walk back up, it turns back on if I want. Okay, let's make sure this works. Okay, we're checking out this creepy house. Oh, look, some stairs that go down. We're going down the stairs, no problem. Who turned off the lights? Now, I probably should have given them a flashlight because I can't see anything. Okay, there we go. And then you can have like a dead body, or I don't know, you could do whatever. You give them a flashlight so then they can like look around, and this starts to feel really creepy and fun. You could have some HUD messages popping up that's saying things like, I see you, or welcome to my nightmare. I don't know, you know what I'm saying. Now on top of this, we have the new customizable light. Now this is really cool because you can add like flickering effects. What I want to do with this, I want to change it from a point light to a spotlight. So now you can see it's pointing in the direction of those arrows. So let's say I want to change this light down here. Okay, so I'm going to place it right in front of the light. So it's kind of having the effect over there. You look how bright it is. I don't know if I want it that bright. So I'm going to turn it down just a little bit. Okay, that's probably okay. But I might make the light size small. There we go. That's more what I want. Okay, so now I've got my light intensity and stuff that I want. But now if you go to rhythm preset, you can change this to whatever you want. So you can have flicker, wave, short circuit, and a bunch of other things. So let's just turn on flicker here. You can kind of see the light changing a little bit. It's like almost like a candle. I don't want that. I might want short circuit. Yeah. Okay, that's good. But then I can change the rhythm time. So right now it's ×4. You can slow it down or you can make it faster. I want it a little bit faster, I think. Yeah, that's what I want. Oh, one thing we can also do is turn the cast shadows on. So I'm gonna do that as well so that it kind of shows the shadows moving because these other lights did not have shadows on it. Just the lights look so much cooler now that they're flickering and kind of moving around. When you walk under it, you've got shadows. This is a much better horror experience now because I've just added a couple of things to my scene. This is cool, guys. This is cool. Now we also have the HUD controller device. If you're gonna be making a horror map, you definitely need to use this and turn the HUD to no. If you really need all the information that's in the HUD, like right behind me, then have it on. But otherwise, if you're making a horror map, you want it to be clean and clear like it is right here. Having all that other stuff on your HUD is really distracting, but when it's just pure darkness, it just adds a lot to the experience. Okay, the final thing for jump scares, and I've done a whole video about this before. You can see here in this video that I made a while ago, kind of the effect that I was going for. And I'm gonna show you Dolphin Dom's reaction again, just because it's awesome. But when you're setting all of this up, really the key to this jump scare is making sure the player is behind a wall somewhere like this and they can't see. And I would say in a tight, like confined area. And you place down a bumper behind your vehicle and then you set the knockback to whatever like intensity you want. I'm gonna just do very high for now. So then when the player is standing on the other side of the wall right here, unsuspecting, then when you activate the bumper, you don't need to have it really close, just close enough to make it move, right? So we place it down, boom, it goes through and it goes through the wall and surprises the person. And then you just have to enable this bumper when it receives from a trigger. Once again, you have a trigger on the other side of this wall that when they hit it, then it comes through and scares the living daylights out of them. Here, let me just show you what Dolphin Dom's reaction was so that you can kind of get a feel for it.
Whoa! What the heck? I was not expecting that. Where did that come from?